So he creeps into the front
34.
now by 2 points.
35.
Just a little bit too much angle on the black. On the practice table you float them in with
42.
left-hand side, but wasn't the time to play with sides, so tricky red to the middle this. But nicely played.
43.
And now I'd like to leave himself in a position where he could play the second last red. He's just looking. Somewhere near that cue ball that we put there on that line. And now he can pot this. I'd have liked to have left a little bit more angle than this, in all honesty,
50.
but I think he's got enough angle to pot this red and remove the red away from the right-hand side cushion. He's done it, but as we always say, when you move a red, after potting a red, you're never certain to be good on the colour.
Yeah, I think he never had the ideal angle on the red. That's why I had to force it a bit. Couldn't generate enough pace on the cue ball to get it off the cushion.
I don't know whether just dropping the blue in, he'll be able to cut the red in the middle. He's digging in. This makes the blue missable. But in it went. And Marco Fu must be fearing the worst now.
56.
Great performance this though by Sean. 4-1 down. He's been a different player since then.
57.
Yes, as you said at the time, it's not the ideal thing, is it, when you're 4-1 down to start producing the best, because, you know, you're leaving it a little bit too late, but every credit. Just the black needed. Snooker's required. And Marco Fu will be ruining his missed opportunities, particularly his long potting.
64.
And a few decisions in the last frame he'll reflect on that may have cost him dear. Misses the yellow.
Sean Murphy,
2
64.
snookers required. Marco obviously will play on. He'd be disappointed, Sean, that he didn't pot that yellow, because then he'd been no way back to the table for Marco. But 2 4-point snookers needed. But there's one of them. And it's not a bad one. If you can put the object ball in the middle of the table, there's plenty of room to go around it. This was the yellow. If it had gone in, certain frame and match over. I mean, it looks a straightforward escape. You go in between the brown and pink off the side cushion to hit the yellow. And it looks as though he can get to that with a trace aside if you need it. That's the one. Yeah, no problem. Put a little bit of pressure on it. So Marco's had a look at the scoreboard.
2.
We're saying there was 2 4-point snookers needed. If he was to pot the green and brown, then 1 5-point snooker to tie. But he won't refuse the opportunity here to screw in behind the brown. Well, he shouldn't have done. But he never got any
Marco
action
Fu
at
2.
all on the cue ball. He tried to screw in behind the brown there. Well, that's not turned out too bad. And the problem for Marco here, if he hits as much of the green as he can, he could knock it on to the far left corner. Could go in off as well. But no, he's knocked it towards the far left corner. And he's not got the snooker. So if Sean knocks this in, that is end of match and end of Marco Fu's Masters. And it goes. And he's done really well here as Sean Murphy. Marco will be disappointed. When he led 4-1, you thought he was in the ascendancy. Well, he was in the ascendancy, but
Seven.
it just is, as I said earlier, his long game just let him down at a vital time. And then I think because he was letting him down, he started to refuse shots that
12.
he should have gone for. So he's raced his run.
18.
The black. Marco Fu comes across, gentleman as ever, shakes his hand. Been a good match. Well played, good sportsmanship, and it's Sean Murphy as he waves the crowd, who goes through to the semi-final of the Duffer Bet Masters.